Hello, welcome. So today we're going to be looking at some posts from r/AmITheButthole. These are always absolutely mental, so stick around and enjoy if that sounds like your kind of thing. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Starting off strong with the first post being, "Am I the butthole for accepting cake at my friend's birthday party?" Now, I can't really fathom how on earth you would be. Normally, cake at a birthday party is a pretty accepted, normal thing. And, eating the said cake that you are offered is also a pretty accepted and almost expected thing. But, let's keep our minds open and listen on first, I suppose. Well, read on for me, listen for you. So, this is a bit of a weird one. I, 41M, was at a friend's birthday party on the weekend just past. There were 9 of us at the party, including the birthday boy, which is surprisingly relevant, okay? All fake names from here on out. Amy, 30-ish, one of the guests, baked a cake for the birthday boy. After the relevant party traditions of singing the birthday song and the hip hip hooray that happens after the birthday song here in Australia, I went back to talking to one of my friends when Amy came up to me and the other friend with 2 plates of cake and offered them to my friend and I. We both said yes, thanked her, and then she made a really odd face and walked away. My friend and I both said it was weird and went back to chatting. I ate some of the cake and it had desiccated coconut inside, which I don't particularly like, so after a couple of bites, I ignored it and then chucked it out when the party ended about an hour or so later. Okay, I'm really, really stuck on why this is a problem. Something tells me that Amy just likes to make issues. About 45 minutes ago, Stephen, 30-ish, Amy's partner, sent me a series of angry texts. 8 a.m. on a Monday morning is really not the best time to receive angry texts. No, it's definitely not. I'd be sending some even angrier ones back. Release the beast. It's a Monday morning. You've probably got a lot of pent-up anger just for having to have left the house. Saying how Amy spent last night crying about how she didn't get to eat any of her cake and that I took a slice of it only to throw it away and deprive her of her own cake, and that she only cut 8 slices because she knows I don't like coconut. Well, Amy, you're a bit of a tit then, aren't you, my love? Because why would you do that? But I took her slice and threw it away to spite her. Oh, God. I replied, why did she even offer me cake if she knew there was coconut inside? Stephen said that she did it to be polite and not leave me out, and that I was an a-hole for taking her slice and throwing it away. I forwarded the messages to my other friends that were there, and most of them have left me on red so far, except one who responded with a thumbs down emoji, and another who hasn't seen it yet, as of this writing. The fact that no one's responding to me is making me worry that I might have been the butthole here. I really sincerely hope not, because absolutely not. Amy's an absolute idiot. If she knew that you wouldn't want to eat the cake, she didn't tell you that it had desiccated coconut inside. She knew you didn't like it, because she literally said she offered it to be polite but hoped you wouldn't take it, basically. What is she playing at? I'll tell you what she's playing at. She's playing games, and she's just wanting to make drama. Because most people are going to go, ooh, cake, yeah, gimme, if they don't know that there's something that they don't like in it. That's why you should say if they cook something for someone and it's something that they don't like in it. Down in the comments, crinkly packet. Not the butthole. What a bizarre situation. You cut enough cake for everyone there, including yourself, and don't hand cake to people if you're relying on them turning it down so you can eat it yourself. You did the right thing by accepting it. It would have been more rude to decline. She seems weird as she's making this a much bigger issue than it is. And then OP says, I mean, she expected me to decline, so there was just no winning here. Yeah, honestly, I just think Amy's a drama queen and just wanted to do something to make some drama because she knew you'd probably accept, because she didn't say that there was something you didn't like in it. So how are you to know? Amy is a bellend, and you are not the butthole. For sure not the butthole. Next post, am I the butthole for calling out my boyfriend's family for changing the sleeping arrangement rules to favour his brother and sister-in-law? I, 24F, and my boyfriend Nathan, 26M, have been together for 6 years. This year we travelled to his parents' house for Thanksgiving. For context, Nathan is one of 4 brothers: Alex, single; Jack, married to Jill; Nathan, me; and Luke, married to Millie with a nearly 2-year-old. I had to pause for far too long then to figure out I got so confused with where they said Nathan, me, and I thought, wait a minute. I thought you were the female in this story. I thought it was the girlfriend writing this, and I got really confused, and I realized what they meant is like Nathan with them. Because I was like, wait, is Nathan the one writing this? I'm so confused. I get it. Everyone lives out of state except Luke and Millie. Nathan and I have the longest drive at 9 hours. Oh, ouch. Here's the issue. Nathan's parents, Mary and John, have only 2 guest bedrooms. 3 couples tend to visit at a time, meaning someone has to sleep on an air mattress in between the rooms? What, just in the corridor? What? It's like the NHS hospitals, that. Oh, you don't fit in the corridor, you go. No, I don't care that your leg's hanging off. Get in that bloody corridor. The first year I visited, I was told they'd rotate who gets the air mattress to keep it fair. But after 3 years on it, we were told it was now first come, first serve. Nathan's job doesn't allow much holiday time, so we're almost always last to arrive and stuck on the air mattress. While annoying, we understood and it seemed logical. This year was different. Nathan and I got Monday through Thursday off and would arrive first. I talked to Mary about how we were to finally get a room, and she laughed, saying, yep, first come, first serve. Millie, who I've grown close to, knew we were thrilled about the prospect of getting a bed this year. She even decided to come early too so we could hang out. And we planned it, and I'd take the twin room and she'd take the queen. Okay, where is this going to go down the poo chute? Here's where it gets frustrating. The day we left, I texted Mary our ETA. A few hours later, Millie texted me saying Luke had spoken with Mary, who mentioned Jack and Jill would get the queen room and Luke and Millie the twin room, leaving Nathan and me on the air mattress again. Luke called Mary out, reminding her of the first come, first serve rule. But she suddenly claimed she never said that and justified her decision because Jack and Jill would be staying an extra day. Okay, so then they get the flaming bed on the day that they have where no one else is there. What? For context, Jack and Jill were arriving a day later than us, so this reasoning felt like an excuse. Yeah, she said first come, first serve, so it should stay that way. Favoritism. Don't like that. I can tell you something for free. I'd be saying you can stick your visit up your a-hole because I'm not coming if you're going to make me sleep in the flaming corridor. I'm not doing it. When we arrived, Nathan brought up the rule again, but Mary got defensive, claimed she didn't remember ever saying it, and refused to budge. I said several sarcastic comments as I felt this was really unfair. I pointed out rules are rules, until they didn't serve Jill, and that we always do it a certain way until that means Jill has to take the air mattress, and she could come up with any justification, but that doesn't make it fair. I even pointed out it's silly for us to now have to board out dogs and drive 8 hours before anyone else got here just to change the rules now. She had plenty of time to bring this up with our many conversations leading up to this. She became increasingly sassy about the situation, leaving us feeling defeated and, frankly, a little targeted. Yeah, you would do, wouldn't you? Am I the butthole for speaking up over thinking Mary unfairly changed the rules to suit Jack and Jill, and that we're always stuck with the short end of the stick? No, absolutely not. There's some blatant favouritism going on here, and I would be absolutely just fuming with it as well. And I would be refusing to go. I'd be saying, do you know what? I'm here now. Make the most of it because it's not friggin' happening again. And then down in the comments, TD Luxon says, info, as in I'm assuming requesting info. What is Jack and Jill's position on this whole thing? Seems like unless they are refusing to take the air mattress, it becomes sort of a non-issue and Mary doesn't need to decide. Is she a conservative men and women shouldn't sleep together until they're married type? And, you know, I didn't pick up on that, but you might be bob on the money there, you know. Seems like she wants the married couples to have their own rooms. Bottom line though, if this continues, I would just start staying in a hotel or not going. I would choose not going. The whole thing seems like way more of a hassle than it's worth. Edit, this started as a question but has gotten a lot of upvotes, so I'm going to change it to not the butthole. Don't put up with this BS, stay at a hotel or don't go at all. And then in the comments, the OP did reply and said, I didn't have enough room and ran out of characters to address this. It is what everyone has said in the family, not that I've heard it directly from them to be fair, that they won't come again at all if they have to take a turn on the air mattress. Ah, okay. So the others, they're sitting there telling you, oh yeah, first come, first serve, it's fine, and we're totally okay with that because of the fact that they knew up until this point your work's rotas had meant that you could never turn up before anyone else. And now that you are, they're panicking and they're like, oh, I don't want to sleep on an air mattress. Oh, grow up. Grow up. The others have had to do it. The poor OP and her fella have had to do it every single time. So tough tartars. But that's speculation, and they no longer show up for Christmas at all after the year all the brothers showed up. Edit update post for everyone asking. Now, I looked, and it was not updated, so I'm a bit confused. I couldn't find an update post. I don't know if it was me being a bit dense. Possibly. Probably. Listen, it is the season, and my brain's not working very well. And then Pug Grumbles says, so Jack and Jill are a pair of petty pills, is that what you're saying? Screw the air mattress, go home and actually enjoy your work break? Here. And then this one says, am I the butthole for altering a bridesmaid's dress so it's not so revealing? Now, normally, I would actually be like, it's not really your day, so tough. Depends how revealing it was, though, because I understand entirely that not everyone is very comfortable with having the risk of everyone seeing what they've had for breakfast or, right down their clear village. So I get it. My brother Joe, 55M, is about to marry Sue, 27F. Side-eyeing that age distance, but we will continue. A few months ago, Sue asked both me, 60F, and my sister June, 53F, to be bridesmaids. I was touched as I have only met Sue a few times. They live in another state. Besides myself and June, there are 4 other bridesmaids, all under 30. I can see where the problem's going to come in here. I really can. Now I know that the age differences here, I could totally understand where this is going to be coming from. Like, my mum is always saying she would not wear half the things now at the age of 56 that she would have when she was my age or younger, because she just says now she just feels uncomfortable like that because her body's changed, as everybody's does as they get older. So I can definitely guess where the problems are going to come in here. When Sue sent me the link for the bridesmaid's dress, I was horrified. I'm sure the dress will look lovely on her young friends, but I would not want to be seen wearing it in public. It's super sexy. Plunging neckline, thigh-high slit. Yeah, so you're going to see your kebab if your wind goes the wrong way. So clingy that it would reveal every lump on my rump. Please understand that I am not a prude. I am reasonably fit and I enjoy dressing up, but I am 60 years old. I would not be comfortable showing that much skin at a formal event with all of our relatives present. I called Sue and nicely asked if there's a more modest version I could wear. She insisted that this was the dress she wanted all her bridesmaids in. She wouldn't budge and not wanted to cause a family strife. I didn't push it. June doesn't like it either, but she's a marathon runner, so she can pull it off. Yeah, I don't blame you. If you don't feel comfortable showing that much skin, then, you shouldn't have to. There should be a way to tweak it just a little bit so it looks mostly the same, but you're just a little bit more covered up. I actually have a wedding that I'm a bridesmaid for coming up next year, and I'm so excited because I've been told that I'm basically allowed to be as gothic-y or emo-y as I like, so I'm extremely excited. I've got free reign mostly. Obviously, I'm not going to be an absolute, get with it, but I'm still very excited. So I ordered the dress several sizes too large. I took it to a seamstress and had her take it in so it fits, but doesn't cling so tightly to my backside. Using some of the extra fabric, she fixed the neckline so it doesn't reveal so much boobage, and she lowered the height of the thigh slit to a few inches above my knee rather than nearly to my panties. The adjustments are very subtle and hardly noticeable. It actually looks great on me now. Honestly, I wouldn't be comfortable either with something that had a slit that high, and I'm in my 30s, early 30s. And I wouldn't be comfortable wearing something with a slit that goes up to my undies. I am very tall as well. Like I say, I'm nearly 6 foot, which is classed as very tall for a woman. And you'd see past my underwear, essentially. with a slit that high. But even with a slit that came up and just met that area, I wouldn't be comfortable with it because I just feel, especially with my height, it just gives a bit of an uncomfortable vantage point for anyone who happens to be kneeling down to tie the shoes. When Sue heard I'd had the dress altered, she flew into a rage. She texted me that she does not want a chopped up dress in her wedding pictures. I sent her photos of me wearing it, but she's not having it. Joe called and told me that I've been disinvited from the wedding party and that they have replaced me with another friend. Probably for the best. I feel like Sue was trying to show you up a little bit there. Why so stubborn? Why such an asshat about it? Should you have forewarned her that you were going to chop up the dress and alter it? Probably, yes. That would have been the polite thing to do considering it is her wedding. However, do I understand why you did it? Abso-friggin-lutely. If you don't feel comfortable and it's really exposing you and really tight and really uncomfortable, you've not changed the way the dress looks. You've just altered it so it fits your body better. I don't understand the problem. It's not like you're coming down in a dino suit. I thought they didn't want me at the wedding at all, so I cancelled my hotel reservation. I hadn't bought my plane ticket yet. Clearly, I've upset Sue, and I don't want there to be conflict on her big day. Plus, I'm afraid there would be awkward questions about why my sister is a bridesmaid and I am not. It seems to me it would be less awkward for them to respond to any questions about me with vague, "she was unable to make the trip" answers. I'm also not keen on spending more money on this event where I don't really feel welcome. I've already dropped several hundreds on the dress, alterations, and matching shoes. I let Joe know I still am very happy for him and will of course send them a generous wedding gift, but he said they did want me there, and now he's not speaking to me at all. And Sue is telling June that I ruined her wedding. Oh, shut up, Sue, grow up. Am I the butthole for altering the dress so I wouldn't feel naked? And once that blew up, for not wanting to go to the wedding. Now, I wouldn't want to go either. I'd feel so awkward. And I'm one of those as well that I will keep my mouth shut for a certain amount of time. But if Sue was standing there giving dirty looks to me all the time, I'd end up flipping my lid. I really would. It reminds me of one time at my old workplace, there was this one co-worker that I had that just took a disliking to almost everyone at different times of the year, depending. And she'd pick me this one, like, it was about 2 weeks that she'd just been really offish and a butthead to me. Eventually, anyway, I flipped my lid and told her I was going to deck her if she didn't leave the room immediately. I don't know how I wasn't sacked. I really don't, because the boss's right-hand man was literally in the next door room, and he come in and he was like, "Do you want to just come in here for a minute and take 5?" I was like, "Yeah, better add." Or I'm going to prison. Next post, and I do apologise, I completely forgot to save the comments for the last 2 posts here, so apologies, many apologies. I will do better next time and remember. Again, I'm working off 2 brain cells that are rattling around in there, doing their best to make some electricity to make the meat suit run. Anyway, am I the butthole for not eating a Thanksgiving dish? I suspect it was made last year. For once, I have no words. Long-time lurker, first-time poster, but I'm so baffled about this situation, I need a non-biased perspective. My husband and I, 30-ish. Do you not know how old you are? Then again, half the time I'm like, how old am I now? I keep forgetting. It gets away with you. It really does. Have a quite large family. His parents, his 2 siblings, plus spouses and kids. My divorced parents and their new spouses, plus my siblings and their spouses and kids. Jesus Christ, you have to hire out a village hall just to have a meal together. Altogether, we are all over 20 people, so family gatherings can be overwhelming for the person hosting. They'd be overwhelming for me just sitting there. I'd be in the cupboard under the stairs like Harry Potter hiding. And yes, my divorced parents and their new spouses get along fine, and there's no drama. I have had too much coffee today. Last night, we celebrated Thanksgiving, and as a family tradition, everyone brings a dish. Usually, we communicate with each other, so that way everyone is making different types of food. My sister-in-law, wife of my brother, said that she was going to bring her mum's famous sweet potato casserole. Immediately, without even if you hadn't have said Thanksgiving, as soon as you mention a casserole, I would have known it's America. You guys love your casserole. Everything's a casserole. I thought it was very nice of her since her mum passed away this year and she was honouring her memory by making her recipe. However, once I saw her dish, I truly thought she brought last year's leftovers. Instead of big pan, she bought several small and medium containers of sweet potato casserole. Although it did not smell weird, it was very dry and just didn't look like a regular one. Wait, isn't casserole meant to be like wet? Isn't that like one of the signature things with a casserole? It's wet? Or is that just a British casserole? Casserole over here, if it's a casserole, well, basically it's not one unless it's swimming in gravy. Literally swimming. I didn't try it and discreetly told my husband my concerns, who also did not try it. Once Thanksgiving was over, my mother called me saying that my sister-in-law was upset because she noticed I didn't try her dish. I told my mother about my fears and she said that I'm just too picky with food and there's no way a frozen casserole could last a year without having mold. Wait, does your mum not know how a freezer works? Absolutely could survive without growing mold. I've got a spag bowl in the back of my freezer that I'm pretty sure has been in there for about 1.5 years and it still looks good and I'll probably eat it in a few days now that I've remembered it's there. I pointed that the several containers could mean she cut the good parts and left the mouldy ones. After an awkward silence, we decided to agree to disagree and hang up. I love the thought that you were both just sat there contemplating the life cycle of a freezer casserole. I feel bad for my sister-in-law, but I truly could not bring myself to eat something I am not 100% sure is safe. So, am I the butthole? Update to my post. So, am I the butthole? And then we get an update to the post. After spending my whole morning reading and answering your comments, I decided to pass my mother's house and have an in-person talk with her. I read her some of the comments on the original post and she thinks the internet is a strange place. Hear, hear. We agreed I can come and tell her what I think truthfully. She has not talked to anyone else in the family about the yam debacle. We decided to call my brother and ask if we can go to his house and have a talk with him and sister-in-law. He said to brace ourselves and come with an open mind. When we got there, my sister-in-law started crying uncontrollably and my brother took us to the kitchen, which was a mess. Oh, goodness me. What was going on? Long story short, they were indeed leftovers, just not 1 year old. I guess sometime before her passing, sister-in-law and her mum had made several family recipes as a bonding experience. The casserole was one of the staple recipes and my sister-in-law had froze several containers of it. On Thanksgiving week, she thawed some of it and tried to replicate the taste without luck. I guess the pressure of making it for us got the best of her and she got more and more frustrated as the date approached. On Thursday, she finally gave up and decided to just reheat the ones she had frozen. As to why my sister-in-law noticed that I didn't eat her dish, apparently in prior years I had complimented the casserole as this is the best one I've ever tried. So this year she was expecting some comments and was sad when I didn't even try it. I mean, I would eat it. I would definitely eat it. Like I say, I've pulled things out the back of my freezer that have looked suspicious and freezer burnt. But you know what? Freezer burn's nothing. Just mix it in a little bit. It's fine. I am disgusting. I apologised and told her I was really sorry that I hurt her feelings. She apologised for singling me out. We told her to rest and in the meantime, me, my mother and brother, we cleaned the kitchen, tidied the house and mum made her a soup. Do you know what? I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because I have no idea, no clue whatsoever how to pronounce that. So it's there. It begins with an A. It's on the screen. You can read it. If you know, you know. My mum decided to stay, but I left a bit after everything was done and everyone was calm. As a goodwill gesture, I'm getting my sister-in-law a mini spa day that I think she will enjoy and help her feel better. So that's pretty much it. No big fight, no big dramatic scene. Sorry, not sorry. I mean, to be fair, yeah, she was probably just really upset that, it's her mum's dish and It was the last one she'd made, and I reckon it was just a lot of feelings of grief that were pent up and come out, unfortunately, in your direction. She's apologised, you've apologised, and I can understand. And I can understand that feeling she must have had of just feeling like she was struggling to connect with her mum, you know? I get that that might have been really stressful for her and really upsetting. So, yeah, understandable. Obviously not acceptable to have a go at you like that, but you understand why, and she has apologised. Thank you all for your opinions. I will be more thoughtful of people's feelings, but I still will not eat something I don't want to just to please someone. Yeah, of course, absolutely. And that is a good thing to point out here. Don't eat something if you feel concerned about it and you're worried that it might make you poorly. Just avoid it. You know, you don't have to. Just be like, oh, I just wasn't fancying it today. No reports that anyone got sick, by the way. Lastly, does my mother think frozen food can get mouldy? She claims she said it in the heat of the moment and was because I was annoying. Fair enough. She knows cooking is not my forte, so she thought I had no good comeback to that. I opened her freezer and there's only meat and ice cream, so who knows at this point? Okay. Because I was a little concerned that your mum was actually genuinely confused on how a freezer works at this point. But no, I'm glad that it all got sorted. And I'm glad that you're doing something nice for sister-in-law as well with the spa date, because it sounds like she really needs it, bless her. And on that note, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. I hope you had as much fun listening to this absolute tomfoolery as I did recording it, because my goodness, I have had far too much caffeine today. This is becoming a running theme. It's the holiday season. It gets me tired, so I caffeinate to compensate. Anyway, if you made it all the way to the end, then I thank you very kindly and I appreciate you very, very much. I'd appreciate you even more if you dropped a like and a subscribe so you can find your way back here. I post every single day. On that note, I hope you have a really good rest of your day, whatever it is you're doing. Goodbye.